YouTube, once again, guys, thank you for your support. If you are new to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, also that notification icon so you can never miss an upload. So guys, I'm going to show you another unique money play that you can go ahead and throw into your playbook. I'm in the Saints playbook. I've been working on multiple formations. I've probably got about 6-7 formations broken out for my patrons, where I've got basically 5-6 plays per formation. So I've got about 30 plays or so or more. Offensively, red zone schemes, just base formations, effective ways to run the ball and all that kind of stuff. And here's another formation I had no desire to break down out of the New Orleans Saints playbook, but it's a gun split offset. I was just playing around with some stuff and I discovered a really cool money play that actually can go ahead and get the ball stretched down the field really far, give you some underneath action, and then basically catch your opponent if he starts chasing our money route. So the play in particular we're looking at is going to be shakes, and it's basically 2 C routes on the outside. These guys are like kind of like they dip into the seams and then come back on a corner routes. And the way we're going to run this is we're going to run this play to basically beat our opponent down underneath, and then allow a big play over the top with deep crossing routes that most players are not going to expect or see. So I just want to show you basically random coverages. And what I initially started testing this play out is I just blocked basically all my running backs by hitting the block all and then dragging up my outside receiver Smith. And then what I'll do is I'll take this other receiver Thomas and slide him over. And once he gets past the left tackle, I'm going to snap the ball and make just a couple of progressions and reads. So I've got the underneath route that I can go and pop. But what makes this play really special is that motion C route. So we're going to go ahead and block our running backs, drag up Smith, and we're going to motion over Thomas. And I want you to watch Thomas and how he gets in this unique area of the zones where he's not going to get covered by the zones, and it's going to allow you to get a big completion down the middle of the field. Now conversely, you've got Sanders' route with that in and up and then post route, and he's going to get in a unique area of the zones too, where actually you can go and pop him either early or late. So let's go ahead and take a look at how this breaks down all different types of coverages, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to turbocharge this particular play so it's going to be even more effective and more crazy for your opponent to stop. So we're going to go ahead and set this up once again. And really with cover 2, you're just going to make a couple reads. But watch Thomas's route where he actually gets into like a little sweet part of the zone. So even if a person puts up a deep blue with his cover 2 shell, that's still going to get into the sweet part of the zone. And if he uses Thomas's route, you've also got Sanders' route that you can look to, and then you've got the dump down if he goes over the top coverage with Smith. So it's just going to give you that 1-2 punch. What about a standard cover 3? Well, get a standard cover 3, sky type look. Once again, you're going to go ahead and get that high-low look. The defenders are going to come down and bite that dragger, and that route is just going to be available for you. What about cover 3 match? Well, if your opponent's running cover 3, you know that drag will open up for you, but also your crossing route is going to be available for you to be able to hit too. So that route is just going to be open for you. And what if someone's running cover 4 palms against you? This is can be a very frustrating defense if you're not prepared for it. So we're going to motion our guy over once again with Thomas. We're going to watch the routes, and you can see right here against cover 4, really no one actually takes picks up Thomas whatsoever. So you get an opportunity for a 1-play touchdown with cover 4 palms. And if your opponent runs cover 4 quarters opposed to palms, it's still pretty much the same progressions and reads. You got the crossing route over the top, and then you've got basically this top play over the top that you can basically get him for a 1-play touchdown based on the speed of your wide receiver. Now, this play gets a little bit tricky with this setup if he's using a lot of man pressure. And the primary reason why is that you're never going to be able to go ahead and get off these big crossing routes in time to successfully go ahead and get these big plays. So There's other ways to go ahead and make this play a little bit more effective. That makes that drag route with the receiver underneath Smith a little bit more of a dependent route if he's running a lot of zone coverages, and obviously you can throw yourself into a user because you have to go and get rid of that ball. So here's something I discovered. I discovered that if you do a reverse swing route, so in other words, most swing routes will go to the outside of where the running back at, but if you go to the opposite direction, that's actually going to give you another progression or read that you can throw to. And this is very effective against anybody that uses a lot of zone coverages, but this is going to give you basically a fast read that you can dump the ball down to into the flat against your opponent. So that's something that you can consider. But against zone, this becomes especially important because what this does, it basically gives you another area that you can attack against your opponent to basically get that ball to the outside. So this reverse swing route works very, very good against zone coverages. And let me show you how that works. So you actually might find someone that's going to run like a cover 3 cloud type coverage. Where they'll put basically a cover 3 cloud out there to take away that. So I'll look at the nickel double A gap as a base play. And this is going to kind of force you to go a little bit deeper with your ball. But you can see right here that you still can basically hit that zone, but that's going to take away the drag route. Now, you still can get usered. So in other words, if you're motioning your guy over, you might have someone follow that C route across. So one of the things I actually discovered is that you can really turbocharge this with this wing route with zone. And it gives your opponent another thing they have to take in consideration. So what this does is it provides you just another check down that you can hit. So if his zone's float up and he chases that C route, you can always just check this ball down underneath. And if you wanted to, instead of actually a drag route, you can go ahead and do an in route. It'll be able to get a guy over a little bit more depth. But this is just a good way to go ahead and turbocharge this play. Now, obviously, if you got a guy that's using a lot of aggressive man blitzes, you're really not going to be able to go ahead and get away with this too much. But this is going to give you a makeshift screen underneath. So this is a play that I'm going to be using a part of a scheme. I actually got a full scheme that goes with it with slants, halfback draw. This Saints Go play, and it allows you to attack your opponent off the left. You've got the deep route off to the right. You've got some crossers going over the middle, and it's going to basically attack every single area that your opponent could possibly throw against you as far as trying to lock up this play. And you've got pretty good running plays to go ahead and do this. So you'll take a look at my gameplay. You'll probably see me using this scheme once. In a gameplay, and I've got this full scheme broken down for my patrons just so you can see some of the stuff that I discovered in the lab. So guys, if you like these type of tips, go ahead and make sure you smash that like button. And let me know if you use the Saints offense, the gun split offset, and how you run your plays. I'd like to go ahead and make sure we share that with the community. So thank you for your support, guys. Until next time.